life down in his deep heart.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to Casual Revolt. I'm here with my dad, and we're both teachers. There's my dad over here. He says hello. Okay, today we're going to be reacting to a video by The Good Liars called Respecting the Flag. The Good Liars are a great channel. I'd recommend everyone go sort of check them out. They went to I guess, sort of a Trump rally type thing. Donald Trump recently attempted to pass an executive order to make it illegal to burn the American flag, and I suspect that's what they're going to be asking people about. So without further ado, here, my dad and I are going to be reacting to this, and let us begin.
You see somebody disrespecting the flag, what thoughts go through your brain?
Get the hell out of here then. You don't like this country? Leave. Go somewhere else. There is nowhere else to go that's going to be better than America.
All right, go. Get the hell out of here then. You don't love this country? Get out of here. Go.
Okay. That guy doesn't get it. I mean, I don't mean the young guy, I mean the MAGA guy. He does not get it. The flag, because the younger guy is telling him to get out of here because the other guy, the older guy, is breaking the flag code.
Yeah.
That you're not supposed to wear the flag as clothing. He obviously it has it as a shirt. You're not supposed to do it. That's considered disrespectful.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And honestly, I don't care if someone wears like a flag shirt or anything, but it is the hypocrisy
right.
is funny.
I mean, I agree with my son. But the reality is they want to condemn other people for disrespecting the flag, or this guy did anyway. Probably there's going to be a lot of people in this video, but they'll be wearing the flag or things concerning the flag that by flag code you shouldn't be doing. That's
right.
Disrespecting the flag.
Right. All right. Also, it's just a fundamental part of free speech. You can, and yet he's like, get out if you don't like free speech, basically.
Go. They respect the flag. Like this was just a typical American flag with a couple of.
Maybe that should be the American flag, though, Dad. I mean, given all the massive amount of gun violence we see every day.
That right there is against the flag.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's worse than the guy with the shirt on.
Yeah. Though, again, like I said, though, I mean, maybe that should be the flag, right? Because, like, there's so many shootings every single day, and we never do a damn thing about it.
Oh, hang on. I'm sorry. I'm going to disagree with my son on this one.
Okay.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, right there you go.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers, right? Oh, God.
With guns on it.
So tell me about the shirt you've got on here.
Okay. Before he even says anything,
yeah.
First of all, the flag on the arms, the sleeve, the shoulder, what do you want to call it?
Is
that's
backwards.
Okay. No, but you're allowed to wear it like that in a respectful way. But I'm noticing on the other shoulder, the flag looks like it's draped over that shoulder and is not the code. And on the eagle is not the code. Heck, that's disrespectful to the eagle too. But
yeah, poor eagle.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to fly, and that is illegal. I mean, not illegal. It's against the code because so far, I've seen at least two people.
Well, it is kind of, isn't it sort of illegal? Well, I guess no. Trump said you can't burn the flag. Okay, I got what you're saying. Yes,
what I'm going to say though. I says so far, I've seen two people disrespecting the flag. That if Trump wants to throw into prison anybody who disrespects the flag, we have two people right here who should be in prison, and I got a feeling there's going to be more.
Right.
It's one I found on the internet.
The flag is kind of in tatters.
Oh, also the cross here is just weird Christian nationalist vibes.
What?
I don't know.
Don't use.
Yeah, all the
God bless.
One of these things is not like the other. Okay, like all this. Okay, anyway,
and everything, and then it's kind of over the Constitution, and all that.
Yes.
Would you say you're strongly against desecrating the flag?
Extremely, yes.
Not your style.
No, not at all. I mean, unfortunately, they have the right to do that, but I would never do that to a flag.
Hey, at least I got to say, at least he admits that people have the right to do that. Yeah.
But on the other hand, he has a right to do that also.
Yeah.
And so, where are you going to cut it off when it comes to rights?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is what Trump's doing by saying you can't
That's
fly the
right.
flag. Yeah.
I'll pick and choose what limits are on that right.
Right.
And as a lot of people love to say, and I've heard MAGA people say this a lot about some of the things, it's a slippery slope.
That's true. That's true.
If you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail, no early exits, no nothing. What it does is incite to riot. I hope they use that language, by the way. Did they?
Okay, okay. There are people out there, real criminals,
That Trump is pardoning, by the way.
that tried hard.
Yeah.
They didn't even spend a year in jail. They were pardoned. There are other criminals not having to do anything with Trump that should be in prison for a long time, and yet they get out early. And we're talking about real criminal type crime. You want to put somebody in jail for a year because they burned the flag?
Which is freedom of speech.
Which means they better put in jail the people wearing the flag or making the flag look like, a gun shop.
Incite to riot.
Rioters at the Capitol attacking a D.C. police officer. It shows these terrorists dragging the officer down the stairs.
And look at all those tourists going in there for a nice, lazy afternoon stroll, right?
Absolutely.
Beating and stomping and smashing him with a pole flying the American flag.
Glad he made it in office. I think he was elected in 2020. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, God.
Bunch of mumbo jumbo with the election, but
Not 100% not true. There have been do we even need to say this, Dad? Like, there are multiple court cases have completely disregarded any evidence that there was any kind of tampering with the election.
And both political parties have had people who looked into it. And even some Republicans, a lot of Republicans have said, we're finding out, and matter of fact, studies have come out and said that was the most, what I want to say,
the most secure
election in our history that we know of.
Right.
And
maybe it's insane.
Bunch of mumbo jumbo.
It is, yeah. What he's doing is mumbo jumbo.
Think about the mumbo jumbo that happened on January 6th at the Capitol.
so on my truck, I had "Free the Patriots" on my truck when I come up here for the inauguration because I believe that they were
free.
wrongfully persecuted.
Free the Patriots. Does he know that every single true patriot, is dead and buried? I mean, the true patriots lived back in the 1700s, and most of them were actually, by the time we get to the mid 1800s, they're dead. So how are you going to free them? Free them from death? Because I'll tell you right now, the way some of these people today are acting are anything close to being what the true patriots were like. If you know your history, if you know the causes, now I'm not going to go into that because I talk too much. But you look it up yourself. Today they're not the true patriots.
Well, but don't you say? I think you're being a bit hard on the guy, Dad.
No.
Don't you think? But don't you think that he means patriots like people that are who like who
No, he's talking about himself.
Of course he is. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. And people like him wearing the cute little red hat.
Cute little red hat. All right.
Were you happy when Donald Trump pardoned all the people who were,
Yes, very.
even the violent offenders?
Yes.
Yeah, they were deeply patriotic attacking those police officers and things like that.
Exactly. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, this one looks like it's going to be good. Confederate flag or American flag? Oh, Jesus. All right.
Just keep it flying.
Keep it flying.
Okay. Just seeing that makes me want to barf.
I know.
Ralph, whatever you want to say today. Regurgitate my breakfast, dinner, or whatever.
By the way,
that is so.
Yeah. By the way, the Confederacy, not only white supremacist traitors who declared war on the United States, also losers, absolute losers, completely lost. You lost. Okay.
And why do you want to keep it flying?
Why would anybody want to erase our heritage?
Okay, it's one thing to erase heritage. It's another thing to come face to face with it and face it for what it is. The Confederate flag, it's in the history books. It's If you go to some of the military parks like Gettysburg, you'll see it there on some of the statues, because that tells you that this group fought for the United States of America, or that group fought for the Confederate States of America. But to wear it today, what is that heritage? You know, my grandmother was from Germany. Now, I bet you can think about my heritage. Is it okay for me to wear a shirt with the swastika on it? I mean, that's my heritage.
Right. Yeah. But at the same time, too, like like when I love this argument of the Southern heritage. Yeah, and what was that heritage? Because the South was built on the institution of chattel slavery and white supremacy.
Right.
So the heritage he's referring to is white supremacy, treason, and slavery. Okay.
Well, some people would say that flag symbolizes racism. It symbolizes slavery, and they might have some valid points there.
That's their opinion. You know, they're welcome to their opinion if they
It's
want.
not an opinion. It's a fact.
It is a fact. As a matter of fact, folks, when the Southern states were seceding from the Union, they sent around representatives to each of the Southern capitals. And those representatives basically gave speech to those legislatures explaining why it was that they were leaving the Union. And you can look up these speeches. We have them all. They were very explicit that we want to maintain a white supremacist society. We want to ensure the protection of slavery. It was not the states' right thing was a afterthought, and it was largely an afterthought to convince non-slave owning whites to be invested in the war effort.
Yeah, and a part of that too is a big part of that is that your slave owners in the South, most of them saw the enslaved people as property.
They were literally viewed as property.
And they saw those in the North, or even in the South, because there were some abolitionists in the South. Uh, they s- they said no, they're not property. They're people. But the Southerners that were in favor of enslavement saw it as property. The North is trying to take away our property. Well, you know what? Moses took away the Egyptian property when he freed the Israelites from Egypt, and so the Pharaoh had every right to go back and get those Israelites back. Moses was wrong because they were property.
Yeah, I think it's just a nonsense argument to begin with,
Yes, it
obviously,
is.
because there are people. I mean, right? Obviously, people who would have thought shocking, human beings. So, okay.
Are you pro slavery or against slavery?
I have no comment, but thank you for the interview.
Oh,
Okay. I don't even. You can respond to that first.
Okay.
Is there even something to say to that? That's insane.
First of all, I feel like I got into a time travel machine and I just transported myself back to the era post Civil War of Reconstruction. And this guy doesn't want, he's a former slave owner, and he doesn't want to say anything evil or bad against the enslavement of people because he doesn't want to disrupt, the occupying North, or what I want to say, the Northern Americans that were down in the southern part of America. That is this.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously racist too. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious if you're saying that. You don't even want to say no. Like let's say you do believe that. Why don't you just lie? Like he's so invested in it that he doesn't even want to answer the question. Okay.
I'll give you one more chance. Pro or anti-slavery?
No comment.
No comment. Yeah,
of course.
I'll give you one more opportunity to say if you're pro or anti-slavery.
No comment.
Oh,
All right. Well, there you have it. No comment.
What a coward too. He turns his back.
And I'll be honest, this is a case where you really could point to this person and say that is real life. Down in his deep heart, knows what a cracker is.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys.
I don't know if you can say that on YouTube, but go ahead.
The
I can
history
cut
of
it
a
out.
cracker is a term that the enslaved people used to refer to
the crack of the whip.
The crack of the whip from the overseers and the enslaved owners. Those people, and they called them crackers. And
yep.
So, I don't know why that's a problem with me talking about it because that is
I
a
know.
fact.
That's why I don't even like. I don't. It might be allowed on YouTube. We'll find out. But but yeah, you're right. Like a cracker is like he's
I'm just joking. It's actually a barrel where you go to
Oh,
get
don't
breakfast.
you hear what happened recently with Cracker Barrel?
Yes,
And
I
oh
did.
my God, let's not even.
Tried to rebrand it, and it
Yeah,
didn't
people
work.
lost their minds. Okay, anyway,
On the if you're in favor of slavery or not. Hey guys, where are you guys coming in from?
Avon Lake.
Avon Lake? America first?
losers, traitors.
All right.
Land of the free, home of the brave.
It's got the Confederate flag now.
Is the Confederate flag the thing to put out there if you want to bring this nation together?
The Confederate flag is a Southern heritage.
Yeah, again,
And
what's the
everything
heritage?
that's being divided and taken away from us, our Southern heritage.
What does he mean by us?
Yes, once again, my heritage includes
Yeah,
the
the
Nazi flag, which I totally despise, and so did my grandmother. I want to point that out. The heritage of the South, when it comes to this topic, when it comes to the Civil War, the U.S. Civil War, is centered around enslaving people because that was property. This property made money for the white Southerners.
A lot of money.
Yes, and and so and that flag. I want to point something out here. That flag was not created by the Confederacy until after the Civil War had started. And once again, I'm not going to get into the history of it, but there was a reason why they created that, what I will call the battle flag. The actual Confederate States of America flag looked different.
Yeah.
That's the battle flag. So to say anything positive about it, it's their heritage, but that heritage began with after the war started, and it represented the battle flag, the destruction of America, and recreating it in the likeness of slaveholders. Period.
No, I stand against that. But it has nothing to do with racism.
But
It has
people think
nothing
of
to
it
do with
because
racism. Hilarious. Literally, it was a white supremacist society. It was purely about racism. Like it was purely about a race-centered society based around white supremacy and the enslavement of black people.
Asterisk. Refer back to what I just said.
Yes.
it represents slavery and then anti-slavery. Do you understand why people might think that?
What about people that don't understand the swastika?
Swastika.
Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, the swastika is a sign of peace. Hitler took it in 1935 when he became chancellor. He took it.
Yes. Well,
and
okay.
Turned it.
Referring back to what I just said, they took it in 1935. This was created, the Confederate battle flag, after the war broke out. That was all about, 99% about enslaved people.
Yeah, and also it doesn't matter that this swastika was taken from elsewhere because the symbol means what it means now. And yes, there are places in the world where it doesn't mean that. But if you're like, we all know if we see a swastika like in the United States, what the person is implying. That's obvious.
And also too, the fact is, I don't see anybody wearing a swastika on their chest like he is.
No.
I mean, well, what about the swastika? Well, maybe that's why people understand their history and they don't want to wear it unless they are neo-Nazis. And even then, it's usually a unique adaptation of the swastika, so it doesn't totally look like it.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Into evil.
But do you want people wearing a swastika around?
I don't care if they
good
wear
question.
a swastika around. It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother you.
No, because it doesn't mean what everybody thinks it means.
It does though. Yeah, you're right. Like it's been used in different cultures, et cetera, et cetera. But again, if you see, if you have any sense of empathy, clearly he wouldn't mind because he is probably a white Christian guy that has no sort of historical relationship to the abuses caused by the swastika. But you have some empathy, right? It is a pretty horrific symbol for those who know. Anyway.
Yes, and I'm not, and I'm going to throw in another group here that it is absolutely disgraceful to
Americans. Yeah.
And that is, the group of people were the men and women that fought against the fascists in Northern Africa, in Europe. I mean, my dad was one of those that fought them, was wounded 3 times. I think I've mentioned this before. He landed on Omaha Beach on D-Day. Um, he knows what that stands for. And so to be able for him to go, "Oh, I don't care that way," but excuse me, that is an insult,
Yep.
disrespect to those people who those who fought, those who came back with PTSD and never really were able to be cured from it, and to those, especially those who died trying to get rid of that. How dare he do that to the veterans who basically saved the world?
But could you understand
There's a
if
church.
people?
There's a
But could
church
you
down
understand
the
if
road.
people didn't want to see a swastika
Yeah, I
around?
can understand it.
So could you understand why the Confederate flag might make people feel the same way?
No.
I think he's just he does understand it. He just doesn't want to admit it, I think. But
Oh my golly,
Respect
is
the
that
flag.
that was Trump kissing the flag
Yeah, I was gonna say it.
and hugging
Is
it.
he reliving a moment from his life when he was on that island?
Yeah, yeah, Epstein's Island. Yeah, exactly. You're right. Probably.
You know what I hate?
I don't know though. I don't think that flag is underage. Oops. So, okay. Anyway.
Okay, once again, that's against the flag code.
Yep.
You see people sometimes, and they'll desecrate the flag. Have you seen that? Like they don't respect the flag. They'll like put markings on the flag. They'll like put text over a flag. They'll put they'll change the colors of the flag. And I'm like, that's the American flag. You never ever do anything to desecrate the American flag ever. This is another good one. You have the text going right over the flag there, and it looks nice. And then there's like it's splattering. That's cool.
It is though, yeah.
So you were saying you did lose your job as a result of the vaccines.
Yep, because I just wasn't allowed in people's homes without a mask, or a lot of people would ask me, are you vaccinated?
And it was
every
that,
right to do that.
yeah.
Every right. You're coming into my house.
Yep.
You know,
Threatening my family.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there.
Yeah.
I try to, but I'm not.
No, this is insane. It's like anyway. Also, what's the deal? Like, what? He lost his job. It was his own fault. Just put on the damn mask. What's the issue? Anyway.
A big company or no?
Small company, self-employed, just myself. And,
Okay, so
and my
you
kids, yeah.
you kind of had to let yourself go. You fired yourself.
Important to always respect the American flag. We love the American flag. You should never put something over it like a giant skull with another American flag on that skull that's disrespecting it twice, or just put a bunch of writing on it. That would be very disrespectful, and anyone that would do that would be a son of a
Flag
bitch,
code
according
again.
to Donald Trump. All right. You for or against gay marriage?
I'm against.
Okay, again, folks, who cares? Who cares? There's a simple way to fix this. If you don't want gay marriage, don't get gay married. Who cares what other people want to do? Who cares? These folks, I've said this 1,000 times. These folks are always obsessing about what other people are doing in their bedrooms, what other people are doing in their personal lives, what other people are doing with their genitals. It's kind of weird. Who cares? Who cares?
Also, too, it's America. One of the things that they were shooting for when they formed it and fought against the British, the true patriots did. They wanted to create a place where you could worship freely. They wanted to create a place where you could make a living. They wanted to create a place where the king and parliament were telling you what to do and what not to do.
Well, okay, but admittedly, Dad, they were pretty homophobic at the time, and they also
they were.
A lot of them were very pro-slavery.
Of course, and a lot of them too thought women weren't smart enough to vote. And
Yeah,
I know some
right.
today too. But as time goes by, we learn these new things, and we accept them. At least most people do. But still, that was the idea life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I'm going to add in, as long as you're responsible with it and don't hurt anybody else.
Is there a reason why?
Well, it's not biblical. I mean, I believe in what the Bible says.
Leviticus 20:13, if a man lays with a man as he lays with a woman, surely he should be put to death. I have a question. Have you ever eaten shrimp before?
Good question.
Have you eaten shrimp before?
Yeah.
Do you think we should outlaw eating shrimp?
No.
Because in Leviticus it says not to eat shrimp.
They actually say it's an abomination, which is also how they classify same-sex relationships in the Bible. So
Abomination.
they're on the same moral level.
And also too, it just isn't shrimp. It's fish with shells.
Yeah. Yep.
Shellfish, and that those of you who've eaten shrimp had to peel your own. That's considered a shell in that shrimp.
Pork too. Anyway. Okay.
I didn't
Pork
read
doesn't have a
that.
shell.
It's in the Bible.
I didn't read it.
Of course not.
Have you ever eaten pork before?
Of course.
Do you think we should outlaw eating pork?
No.
It's in the Bible that you can't eat pork, though.
Yeah.
I didn't read it that way.
Should we outlaw gay marriage?
How else?
Yeah,
read it.
Well, admittedly, a lot of these folks may come from pretty insular, like rural communities where they have pastors or whatever who sort of do the interpreting for them.
Well, in this case,
Cherry
the
picking.
fact he says, "I never read that."
Yeah.
He's cherry picking what he wants to know and not know. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Because if you start going with Leviticus, the laws of Moses.
Yeah, we're all abominations.
Yeah.
If we
The laws of Moses were actually given to Moses according to tradition in the Bible by God. So they carried a very similar, if not the same,
moral weight
criteria as the Ten Commandments. This is, and boy, I could go on and on and on. What's in that? What you should or should not do, and if we do that, then we're all committing some type of crime in the eyes of God.
Right.
We're all going to burn in hell because you ate that shrimp.
Okay. Admittedly, at least he paused the second time when he asked the second time, "So do you support gay marriage?" He kind of paused, which that's progress of a sort. At least the guy's like, "Oh, you're right," a little bit. Maybe he didn't say that, but at least he was thinking about it. Okay.
The Bible should be taught in schools.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Oh.
Because children have gotten away from that.
A lot of X-rated stuff in the Bible.
They have, and it needs to be put back in all the schools, Catholic schools and public schools.
You want the Bible back in school?
Stop.
Catholic schools and public schools.
I taught in a Catholic school. We were taught, or the kids were taught, about religion. They actually call it theology. And basically what they were saying is that if you truly want to be a follower of Christ, you've got to follow what Jesus taught. And then when it comes to the Old, which is in the New Testament, when it comes to the Old Testament, they had done a lot of research on this stuff, hundreds of years, and it'd be amazed at what they would say in a lot of Catholic schools about some of that stuff, like the pork issue. We eat pork. Catholics do. We eat shrimp. So obviously they don't have this closed-eyed view about this, about this whole issue. No, don't you dare talk about in Catholic school. No.
Yeah. Well, she's just saying that in Catholic schools they should teach the Bible, which I guess because they are religious schools. But she also said public schools, which is separation of church and state. No, thank you. And by the way, the Bible is very X-rated. Genocide, mass murder. There's RAPE. There's lots of other stuff.
Oh man,
incest. Okay.
Well, do you think there are books that should be banned from schools?
Yeah, of course.
There is a book that has a story of two daughters getting their father drunk and having sex.
I know what that is.
Would you want that in a school?
No,
clever.
Of course
No.
Of course
No.
That's
That's the devil's work. We don't want the devil's
The
work
devil's
in
book.
school.
All right, well, there you have it. Talk to some people
The
who
Bible.
want the Bible taught in school, but also want the Bible banned in school. So,
Okay, pause here because he didn't explain that. That actually is in the Bible. Now, it's been quite a while since I read that story, but I think that was, remember the story of Lot and Sodom and Gomorrah?
Yeah.
And Lot's wife was turned to salt because pillar of salt because she turned around and looked.
Yep.
Well, it was Lot's daughters, I believe, if I remember, because they didn't want to see his lineage come to an end because and so they slept with him to get him pregnant to continue on his line.
Yeah, which is pretty X-rated and is pretty immoral.
And they both did it on separate nights just to make sure that one of them got pregnant.
Yeah.
That is in the Bible.
And it's deeply immoral, by the way.
And that's just one. That's
Yeah.
just one, and
Yeah. There are a
more.
lot of horrors in the Bible. Absolutely. Part of the reason I'm an atheist, but I know that my dad and I would disagree on that. But anyway.
And I get about 400 miles on the tank, so it's a lot.
So you got this huge truck here, and it's running right now, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to charge my phone.
So you're running the truck to charge the phone,
Yeah.
but you're concerned about gas prices?
Well, I'm not really concerned. It's one of those things you got to have it. So, but it'd be nice.
Even if you got to run the truck to charge the phone?
Yeah.
You would describe yourself as a Christian, is that right?
Absolutely.
You live by the Bible?
I'll try my best.
And do you think all Americans should be living biblically?
I believe so, yes. I believe the entire world, not just Americans.
Okay. Well.
So you think the world should be a Christian world?
Absolutely.
How would you achieve that? Like a crusade? Like, what are you going to do? Like, just proselytize all the time? Like, I don't like. Okay.
What do you think
That's
about?
Say it again, Dad.
That's probably what it is. And you know what? I do want to say, there are some non-Christians that want to spread their faith around the world too. I mean, you can find it in a lot of Christian things. I mean, some don't preach that way, but some do. And
I think it's bad in all cases.
But yeah, but it's bad in all cases. I
Yeah.
do definitely agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom of religion.
I believe in freedom of religion. You can be Baptist, you can be Lutheran, you can be Catholic, you can do whatever. That's freedom of religion.
Goes on to list a bunch of sects of Christianity. Hilarious.
I don't think Donald Trump is a fascist.
No, not by any means.
Okay, my dad and I already did a video on this. Donald Trump is a fascist. I mean, very much, like, it's very obvious from any historical recollection of what fascism is. Any political scientist would tell you, yeah, definitely fascist.
Possible.
And what would you like to see the military do when Trump becomes president?
I'd like to see the military go after everybody in Washington, D.C. and arrest them all. And the ones that are guilty, they need to be hung. And they need to be hung in
Guilty
public.
of what?
And you'd like Donald Trump to do that?
Says Trump is not a fascist, and then goes on to say we should publicly hang people and send in the military to arrest people.
Light bulb just went on over my head.
Yeah, right.
I believe the fascists did that.
Exactly.
Purged the governments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, did brutal things like public execution. Yeah, okay.
But guess what? He's not a fascist.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently, he's not a fascist. Now, the thing behind him, behind the microphone, that's not a tree. It has leaves, it's tall, it looks like it has bark. And I'll tell you, it's not a tree.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, God, you're right.
I'd like the military to do that.
With Donald Trump's blessing?
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ.
And do you think Donald Trump's a fascist?
No.
All right, guys, that's the end of that video. Thank you all for watching with us. Any final comments on that, Dad? Fight fascism. There's one thing, okay?
Just.
I know.
Anyway.
I need to take your blood pressure medication, Dad.
I need a stiff drink.
Yeah, I know, right? Don't we all? Okay. Folks, if you like what you see on the channel, you can join by clicking the join button beneath the video and becoming a member for as little as 99 cents a month. You can also support me on Patreon for as little as $5 a month. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Hit the also bell icon if you want to be notified when I go live on live streams. And on that note, yes, Dad.
I do have one more thing, and I try to say this at the end. I just want to let you know that, as I used to always tell my kids, don't ever give up learning. Don't ever get out of school, whatever level it is, and think, I've learned it all. And then 50 years from now, you still think that are the facts, no matter what new research has said about some of those things.
Yep.
Don't do that.
Yes.
Always learn. A lot of people here are stuck in the past.
Yeah.
Because they haven't learned.
Also, another thing too, the easiest way to resist is to think for yourselves, and that includes you to watch us. We're imperfect. We're humans. We make mistakes. Things change. We don't, and sometimes we don't hear that ideas of the past stuff have changed. So always think for yourselves. Look up other people. What other people are saying too. Don't get stuck in an information silo. And on that note, folks, thank you for watching us. Yes, we will say goodbye now. Bye-bye. Bye.